Hey, this is Craig. I'm working on my Langmuir Systems Titan 25T, and I'm answering some questions. I'm also playing with the interface to learn a little bit more about it. And I have a bunch of these steel plates. I bought got these bunch over at the scrapyard. And these are 0.18 hot rolled steel, 0.18 thickness. I don't know what gauge that is. What we're going to do, what I'm interested in finding out is if I bend it this way and get it calibrated, for 90 degrees, and then I decide to bend it long ways, that same thing, when I get a piece that was 90 degrees. So I'm going to go through what I ended up playing with here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to home the machine. And this comes in and homes the RAM. And then I'm going to home the back gauge. So we're over here on back gauge right here. I'm going to hit home here. And that's going to run the back gauge back and home it. And I also have, while it's homing, I also have my digital angle finder here. I have a Klein 935 DAF. And while that's homing, run that by. And in here, I have my a die down here, and I have it open up to the widest spot because you want this die width to be 8x times the width of your material. So this distance here is, I think it's 0.19. And I also have the acute gooseneck here, not the acute gooseneck, the extreme gooseneck here. And this is where I'm going to bend it. So I'm going to bend this in the middle of the press brake. So I'm going to come back over here to bend. I'm going to, what's going on here? It's not, oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, that was it. Okay. So I'm going to go to run page here. I don't have any bends in here, so I'm going to add a bend. And actually what I'm going to do is come over to the bend page first, which is this page here. And I'm going to have, these are the choices I have. I have the extreme gooseneck, and these are my dies here. I want this one here, which is 4-way die 1.96 plus riser. Can't really see that. This field needs to be a little bit wider. But it's this one here. You can see it up here, 4196 riser, and I have hot rolled steel, and my material thickness is 0.181. Okay. And this width here is, 3.5. This is 3.5. So put 3.5 in here. And that should bring up 3.5. And then over here it tells me I need 2.5 tons. And I'm going to change this underbend to 0. And I want a 90-degree bend here. So everything's set up now. On the back gauge down here, my X position, I want it to be 0. And I want this angle here to be 1.5. So the back gauge is back 1.5. So when I bend this, I should get a 1.5 inch flange. So we hit the save here, and we'll say load into program, load bend into program. So right here, I got my, no, that's not right. That didn't work right. Let's get rid of that. What did I save that? I don't think I saved that bend. Okay. All right. All the settings are still here. Yep. I got to save this bend. Where do I do that? Oh, I do it up here. I got to name it. So I'm going to name this. Come on. Oh, I got to edit it. I got to edit it here. And I'm going to delete all that. I'm going to call it 0.18 HRS 90. We need to come up with a naming scheme for all these bends, but we'll go with this for today. And I'm going to hit save down here. So I've saved that. Now I'm going to come over to the run menu. I'm going to do a new program. And I'm going to call this 0.18 test. And I'm going to add a bend to it. And here's my bend. This is the one I just made. Okay, so we're going to add that in. We're going to cancel that list selection out. All right, so if we look at all this stuff up here, we have 90 degrees. This is a test bend. 0.18 hot rolled steel at 90 degrees. Extreme gooseneck, 4-way die at 1.96. Hot rolled steel, and the thickness is 0.18. My back gauge is 1.5, and the tonnage is going to be 2.5. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to save this up here, and I'm going to hit the run program down here. And it's going to run this program. We're just confirming it. And this is bin number 1. So the back gauge is going to come up, and it's going to be 1.5 inches back from the center of my die here. We're going to move our pieces together in the back here. So when this back gauge touches both of those, that's good. We're going to get this in the center. Be about right there. Okay. So I'm at the safety start position. So I need to go to the clamp position here. So I run the safety jog down, and it should be 50 thou above the stock distance. So I should be able to just put this in and let it sit there. That looks like it's straight. So now I just tap the foot pedal. I tap it once. Tap it twice to go do the bend. And I go through the dwell here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is measure this. So if we look at this thing here, we can kind of see that we didn't quite get to 90. So this is called an underbend. It's underbent by a certain amount. So I'm going to measure this underbend, and I'm going to correct this bend by that amount. So this bend here is 90.34. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna pick 90.3. 90. We're gonna pick 3.3. So we're gonna come over and edit this bend here. Bring that edit up. We're gonna say it's underbent by 3.3 degrees. We're gonna save this. And then we're gonna go back to run again. And you can see right here that this changed to, it's underbent by 3.3. And everything else is the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this side. I'm going to take a measurement on this side. So we'll go ahead and start again. And I'm going to run this again. It brings the back gauge to the right position. Now I'm already at the clamp material because the ram didn't come back up after it's still at the start position or at the clamp position. So I should be able to put this back in there and get it clamped in there. And then, so it's ready to go. So I tap my foot pedal. Okay, so now it's held in there. And I bent this the wrong way, but that's fine. It is gonna, well, it looks like it's gonna clear here. If I wanted to stop right now, I could take my foot off the pedal and it would stop. Okay. So now this is the one that I bent that's should be 90 degrees. So we'll go ahead and measure this. And this guy right now is 90.1. Actually, it's kind of hard for me to hold this on there at the right spot. If I look across here, it's about 90 and a half. So if I wanted to, I could go and adjust that underbend angle again and take that half a degree off of there. But for the most part, it's good. So my question is, now that I have this set up for that bend and the underbend, can I put another piece of stock in and bend it along this axis? And will I get a 90 degree out of this long piece without having to change anything? So that's the question I want to get an answer to. So we'll go ahead and do this bend again. We're going to measure, this is 3.5. So if I go in 1.5 inches, that's going to be 2 inches in. So we're going to put a right angle into this piece. So we're going to hit the run program again, exactly the same way. Back gauge comes up. I put my part in. I'm going to spread these fingers apart so that they're a lot more accurate. Farther apart they are, the more accurate they are. And I got this in the center of my punch. It's sitting pretty well, so I'm ready to go. So we're going to bend it one more time. I hit my foot pedal, comes down to the clamp position, so it's clamped in there. So here's my bent piece. So let's go ahead and measure that up. And this guy is 90.3. All right, so we're at 90. This one is actually 90.2. It depends on where I'm measuring. Actually, there's a little bit of this piece of metal was sheared, so there's a little bit of a shear mark up here, which is affecting my angle measurement, which is unfortunate because they sheared this a couple different ways here. Anyway, let's so for the most part, I would say, oh, here we go. Let's do this. Let's use this guy. Let's use this. Yeah, let's use this one. It's the machinist square. You can kind of see that we're right on the money. We're really good. So that answers my question. So we can do test bends at this thickness with this material at its, some amount of width. Figure out the underbend, and then we'll be able to bend the same material at wider widths. Okay. All right. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.